Majority of counties in this state don't have conventions. And even if they have conventions like they have here in Middlesex, I think many of you might have saw, the Senate race is actually just going to be an advisory vote that's done by raising hands rather than an actual secret ballot that's going to be binding. So real challenges that we face when it comes to this question of, are we going to have the kind of fairness that we deserve and the issues that we need? So look, I'm going to try to do my best to be able to try to mobilize in counties across this state and try to build up where there are, no ability for me to be able to engage and try to win the line in those efforts. I'm going to take it straight to the people, of course, and try to continue to engage. But I have also taken legal action to try to address this issue. Because it's not just about me, it's about other candidates, other people, about getting engaged. And this is something that is making our politics less inclusive, less participatory. And I remember I was in Jersey City talking to people there, and they were saying, like, they're in Jersey City, they're like, we would kill for a convention because they don't even have that. They literally just have, one or two or three people making this decision for the entire county. We're the only state in America that does it this way. 49 other states do it differently with an office block ballot. We're the only one that's doing it differently, and that is such a problem. And it just, frankly, I spend so much of my time in Congress fighting against Donald Trump, fighting against the Republicans who are trying to overturn our election in 2020 and trying to put it back in place, voter suppression and other issues like that. If we are to be a party that is about protecting democracy, that means you have to do it everywhere. It means you have to be consistent about it. Because otherwise we cannot claim to do that if we're finding Democrats in New Jersey trying to put their thumb on the scale and trying to change out the outcome. So that is something I feel very strongly about. We will see where it goes, and we'll see how it fights, but regardless of what happens with the legal action, I just ask all of you, how we overcome this is by just making sure that everybody that shows up to vote for the June 4th primary understands that there's a competitive Senate race, understand who are the candidates that are running, and that they can make up their minds about who they believe is best suited to be able to represent them. The last thing that we want are people to show up on June 4th and just have no idea what's going on, because that's what's going to allow party leaders to have the ability to try to influence this going forward. We have only 3 months to go until this primary, and as I said, I'm going up against a lot of tough situations right now with the machine here in New Jersey. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate you coming out. Take care.
Talk about that convention. It's not really a democratic process, is it?
Well, it's not a fair process for me. We have a situation where it's only going to be an advisory vote for the Senate race, which means that people are just going to raise their hands, and it's something that the chair just takes on as advisory, doesn't actually determine how the committee is going to go. So, that's a real challenge as I'm trying to go around the state, trying to get a fair shot to be able to be the next senator, but oftentimes I find that party leadership doesn't want to relinquish their control in terms of being able to shape that.
But you will be there, though. You're going to show up and speak to the convention.
Correct. I plan to be there.
Yeah, and even if more people raise their hand for you than any other candidate, you might still not be the victor in terms of who gets the party line.
The challenge is that this is advisory to the chair, but the chair has already endorsed Tammy Murphy. So, it's one of those situations where I hope that the broader public and the press and others see this for the process that it is, which is, again, this is not the kind of fair and open process that we deserve here in New Jersey and in this country. 49 other states in America do their ballots and do their elections differently than New Jersey. We're an outlier, and I'm just tired of that.
And just to be clear, you think the press should be allowed in the Middlesex convention?
Oh, absolutely. I think there should be as much transparency as possible in our democracy. Yeah.
Great. We'll bring our camera. You are actually even in a lawsuit challenging the whole party line system across the state and the 19 counties that use it. Can you just talk a little bit about the importance of that lawsuit and what that could mean for your campaign and for others that are running?
Well, look, I asked all the county clerks and all the chairs of the parties to change and support a change to what's called an office block ballot that every other state in America uses. They obviously did not respond to me or show any indication that they wanted to, so I felt it necessary to be able to take legal action to make sure that we have a democracy here that is fair and that we have a ballot that is fair. The ballot is paid for by taxpayer dollars. It is a government document. We should not have on a government document a place where party leaders are allowed to give preferential placement to their endorsed candidates. So that's just this antithetical to what I believe in when it comes to fairness in our democracy.